Alliance Wars changes! Yes, it seems Alliance Wars is changing a little bit, not so much for the good and for the bad, so let's delve into this. Firstly, I don't know how I feel about this kind of defensive tactics thing. Yeah, I like the way that it allows this kind of commander-like status with the leaders and officers to go, hey, well, they've got this champion, I'm then going to put this, and this on it. Reading through this, it kind of gives the idea that it's not a singular type of champion, but this is more of a global-based buff. So, as you can see down below, and we'll look at in a moment, it seems very specific on things like metal champions, X-Men champions. With these buffs being as followed. Bulwark. Metal defenders are immune to armor break debuffs whenever a metal defender loses more than X% of their max health from a single strike. They gain an indestructible buff for Y seconds. This ability goes on cooldown when indestructible buffs expire for Z seconds. This may mean a bigger use of champions that may be robot and would limit the usage of a champion against that, like Medusa, for example. Crush, X-Men, Mercenary, and Defenders gain X% attack during special attacks, and their special attacks ignore Y% of attackers' block proficiency. That's going to be good, obviously, for your X-Men as well as Mercenary Defenders. That I don't really know how that kind of qualifies. I know that we've got like Deadpool. Would that be it? Is it extended through there? Is there more to that? Maybe ones that have got some sort of assassin-based allocation to them, Winter Soldier maybe, a Black Widow possibly, I don't know at this given time. Dodge. Size small defenders have an excellent chance to evade incoming attacks whenever size S defender evades an attack. They gain Y% of a bar of power. I don't know if that mainly kind of pinpoints to small champions being more viable nowadays. Does that really mean that we're going to have Spider-Man more prevalent? Possibly, I don't know. Then we've got Siphon. Villain defenders recover X% of max health with each landed strike and recover max health with each block strike. Obviously great for those that place down villain defenders. I myself, I think, only put down a couple a time, so maybe that will increase that depending on how much hurt you want to give the enemy. And then Flow. Critical strikes against control champions grant Power Flood, causing them to gain X% of their max power over Y seconds. And are we saying that control defenders, what are they classified as? Would these be power control? I'm not really sure at the moment. I'm sure we'll get more of a structure to this in the coming weeks. And just to confirm, Magic has hashtag control. Dormammu has that as well. Winter Soldier has hashtag mercenary. So this is the point in time I think that it's handy for myself and a lot of people, rather than kind of spending all that time collecting information, just to be able to go to, and it's been requested for a long time, just to sort by and then kind of go, right, well, we'll sort by hashtags or something, just to make the process a bit more easier, rather than having to look through all this info. I know there's probably people have got that information, but there's a lot to take into consideration. We're only 200 champions deep, and hashtags, they do change from time to time. It's very rare that does, but it's still nice to get that kind of really quick, punchy, to the point and getting that info fast. But on to the good news, and there is a lot of good news. Every win that you get in Alliance Wars, people may say that you don't get many 5 stars, maybe 4-star shards, maybe 6-star shards based on your particular tier for this current meta of the game, and you feel that based on some statements made by Command Mike in the past, that these 5-star, 6-star, and even 4-star for the lesser people are not available to players. That will change, as you can see by this statement here. And all these changes will go live in 6 days' time from now. Also, some fantastic news is the Alliance Wars Season Crystal is getting a substantial buff, which is amazing because they're just so unfair at times, and you find yourself getting nothing of real value that's going to further progress your roster. Now it seems that you get something a little bit better. The most substantial changes come with the additions and expansions and the adding of Platinum 4 tier. That is absolutely amazing for those that have been in Platinum 1 for a long time, and the long stretch and the fought competition between getting into Platinum 3, which is very difficult at times. Now you've got a point where this is better. It's going to be really great for people to take home a lot more stuff, and especially because they've expanded the availability of tier 5 basic fragments to gold 3. Gold 3, that's so cool. Tier 2 alpha fragments to silver 1, tier 4 class catalyst crystals to silver 1, and then tier 4 basics, tier 4 class catalysts again. But 6 stars, shards being available in gold 2, and 5-star shards bronze 2, 4-star shards to stone 1. That is amazing. Maybe it encourages people and alliances maybe to think about doing it a little bit more, even if they're not going to chart very high in whatever grind they're doing. It could mean that they could take home some decent stuff. But now on to the season rewards and how they've substantially changed. As you can see at the moment, that is the proposed master, which does show a significant amount of stuff, especially kind of rounding up against what is in currently. And as you can see in game, there's at least like a cut in half on this, especially if you consider the 6-star shards, the 5-star shards, to a degree the tier 5 basics, the addition of those tier 5 class catalyst crystals, which is very important for players. And yeah, so it's just from that particular rank 1 point, you can see how things are really scaling up. But let's quickly look at this newly created Platinum 4 status. Now it's top 800 alliances, which I think for a lot of players is possible. Gold 1 currently is top 1,500, so it is quite cool, and it will be competitive for people that want to make that jump from Gold 1 to then Platinum 4. But I think that it's a fair placement to put this in, especially because a lot of those players are ones like myself. They've got a lot of kind of stuff going on in their daytime life. They can't really get the substantial roster that will really see them propel up any kind of further, and just maybe, yeah, just time frames is always very difficult. So this is going to be great for those players that want to make that jump up, because in game currently it's kind of crappy with the rewards that we do get, but the fact is it's going to be scaling up, and this is really positive for my alliance, a lot of other alliances, and as well maybe those that don't have a significant amount of time to kind of invest into game, especially these type of events, especially when they want to do other kind of permanent content. And the option is either join an alliance that just does alliance quest and then do that content and then come back to a competitive alliance. You know, those are really the options if you've got agendas with your life. But the fact is, tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals look like they're a thing of the past. Yep, as you can see here, where are they? Not around. So there must have been a change. Yes, they've given a fully formed tier 4 class catalyst crystal to those of kind of like lower alliances and down, but the fragment crystals are a thing of the past. So you get just one sole one to have. So I guess that's kind of positive in some ways, if they could buff things in others and that take away from the other thing. So that is kind of good. Either way, from an up and coming alliance perspective, this is going to be really helpful. I'm sure there's going to be people that aren't too happy about this, and it'll be interesting to get people's feedbacks of why they feel negative towards this, because this has got some disagreements on. I'm in game at the moment, but the actual post has got some disagreements on, so people are unhappy for some sort of reason. But it'd be quite interesting to see in the comment section, what's the rationale, what reasons that people don't like this, just to get this kind of discussion point going with the community. So yeah, have at it in the comment section. I'll be reading to try and find out what's wrong, and we'll probably refer to this in Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday, and just get people's opinions in on that. But yeah, big developments are happening in Alliance Wars. My personal thoughts is I'm a bit kind of dubious about the defense tactics side of things. I'm not sure if that is going to be a bit too overkill on the game mode, but we'll have to really see when it comes in, I think 17th of July. And also, I'm happy to see the stuff with the rewards being improved, but I need to find out what people's opinions are, because it feels that there seems to be a little bit of negativity, but we'll see what happens with the comment section. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content. That's you up to date on Alliance War season situations, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.